Let's move along to the Victorian election. We're 100 days, or less than 100 days, until the poll there. The Sydney Morning Herald reports that the Andrews government is actually under a bit of pressure, really. I could have fooled me. But they're not under pressure from the Liberals. It's from the independents and minor parties. But really, who are they kidding, Michael? Dan Andrews is as safe as houses, isn't he?
No, he's not. I mean, it's hardly a secret that people know that I didn't think Scott was going to win, but I actually do think Matthew has a chance of winning. I mean,
Michael.
This is an arrogant, tired government. Well, you wait. It's an arrogant, tired government that's going for its 12-year term. He's $155 billion in debt, completely out of touch. His behaviour during the pandemic was shocking and extreme. He's a nasty piece of work. He's disliked by a lot of people in the Labor Party, as we know. It's a scandal-ridden government, and I think Matthew Guy has some policy announcements which will focus the minds of the electorate. He didn't have sufficiently good policy announcements in 2018, quite frankly, but he made a great announcement yesterday, preferring hospitals and health over a road to nowhere.
Michael,
and I think
his environment policies are as bad as Labor. They're worse than federal Labor. He's signed up to the Victorian treaty with the Indigenous community. I mean, that is just...
I'm talking about policies that haven't been announced, Rita, which I think are going to be very attractive to middle-class Australians, and that's the people the Liberal Party should be talking to, the working middle class.
James, this sounds like they're going to just be writing cheques left, right, and trying to outspend the high-spending Labor. I mean, pandemic governments haven't fared too well. We've had Marshmallow go in South Australia. We saw Morrison go. Perrottet is under pressure, but Dan Andrews is the Teflon man, isn't he? He is, and of course, not having any opposition helps.
I mean, this is the thing. You know, I'm sitting here in New South Wales, and New South Wales is, in a sense, kind of blessed because we've got probably the best, opposition leader and premier in the country right now. But Chris Minns, the Labor guy, he's very sensible. He's very not scary. He's very sound. He's more conservative than the Perrottet government, which is sort of the puppet of Matt Keane at the moment. So you can see where he's going to come in. But where is Matthew Guy, or as he now wants to be called, Matt Guy? I mean, he's making TikTok videos. He's changing his name. He's having a midlife crisis in real time, and yet we are not seeing anything close to a point of difference. As you said, treaty, 50% emissions reductions. What is all of this stuff? Gives people a reason to vote for you, because there is everywhere else in the world a huge anti-incumbency feeling. It's all part of this same thing of, working out everything that happened in the pandemic. Incumbents are all taking it in the neck. But Dan Andrews isn't. And I mean, there's something in the water there, too, called a huge public service salary base, too. Yeah. But no. He'll be fine. And it's just a disgrace, though, that it's the independents and not the Libs who are going to take the skin.
Well, yes, Gary, it looks like if Victorians haven't suffered enough, the Greens or the Teals may have the balance of power. Imagine that.
Yeah, well, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Look at what the Teals are all about. And if you think that having 260 kilometres of the Gippsland coast polluted with those dreadful seabird-killing fans that they're going to put up is a great piece of public policy, then you better think again. Look, I think the answer is, if you're not happy with Matthew Guy or Matt Guy, you need to ring up your local Liberal Party candidate and put a bit of pressure on them, get involved in their campaign and fix it. Because the trouble is, if you vote for Daniel Andrews and he gets away with what he's got away with in this term, God help the people of Victoria. I just simply say to you that if you endorse this bloke with a vote, again, heaven help where Victoria will be 4 years from now. Has it got to actually fall off the cliffs near the 12 Apostles for somebody to pay attention to what's actually happened in Victoria over the last 4 years?
It may take that.
It's disgusting. Disgusting.